In this review, we're going to look at the new Marvel Legends Retro Card Series Tigra, Female Fury. Last week, Tigra popped up on the GameStop website, and I was able to order a couple of these. One for me and one for my buddy. And these are the newest Retro Card Series figures. I like this one pretty well. The one thing you'll notice though, between the artwork and the figure, she is much oranger than on the artwork. She still looks great, as you can see on the Retro Card Series figures. They come in a big blister card. You can see all the accessories: alternate head, 2 fists, comes with claw hands. One thing is, if you want to keep your Retro Card cards and still open them, what I do is I cut a slit down each side, then across the bottom, and make a little door. You can pull your figure out. So I probably end up putting the Yoda one in here if it'll fit, because she's getting retired. Here we have Tigra outside the plastic tray, and she looks really good. Love all the detail, the new sculpt on this. This is an all-new body mold. Everything on this thing is new. I can see this being reused with characters like Feral, where you got the sculpted fur on the arms and legs, shoulders. Wear-style feet, got the claws and the fur on the feet. And of course the claw hands. She looks really good. I've already swapped out the alternate head. And then you can see too, she is all pinless. There's no pins on this, and double extra treat. Bicep swivels, double jointed arms, finally, on female figures. This needs to be a standard going forward, Hasbro. This is great. All the joints are super tight. Actually, they were so tight on the ankles. I heated these up before. I want to be very careful. I didn't want to break the pegs, so I heated those up. Now let's take a quick look at the sculpt on her. As you can see, this is the alternate rage face, and we have the really pretty neutral face. Both heads look really good. The sculpt on this thing is just so well done. As you can see, the bikini areas, like they are sculpted, raised 3D. Same with like the clasp between, the little teeth on the sides. The body is sculpted where the tail plugs in. You can actually remove the tail, and you can actually rotate the tail on that point. Now with the alternate fist hands, one thing I wish they would have done is match the decos. You can see the 3-spike crescent doesn't really match up between the fist and the open hand. I would like to have those match. But that's just a minor little nitpick, but a little continuity between things. Paint wise, she's really clean. The only issue I have on mine, and it varies from figure to figure, because the other one in the packaging for my buddy doesn't have it. There's overspray down here on the bikini line there. Let's do a quick rundown on articulation. Her head is on a double ball peg. These do look nice, but you are limited on range of motion, especially with how short these ball pegs are. So you get a lot of good tilt out of it. It's the up and down what's limited. Now this is just moving on. You get the same amount of movement on a single ball peg, like on the original figure. It is just a single ball peg, and it still moves up and down a little bit, just moving and rolls around, just because it's a ball peg in general. Disc-in shoulders, they go up to here, and bicep swivel on a female figure. I just wanted to emphasize that again. And double jointed elbows. This is so great. Why couldn't we have had this all along? Hinge and swivel wrist. Full 360. The diaphragm joint. It's probably one of the best moving diaphragm joints I've seen on a figure. It's like, it actually goes back a little bit too far where you see it in the gap, but I'd rather have it go back more range of motion. I can just stop the bend there, but it will go all around, back, forward, side to side, rotate. It is such a good range of motion on that. Ball jointed hips go out this far. Thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. Get you up to here. She's got some thick muscled thighs, so it limits the double jointed knees to go up to here, but I'd rather have she's a very athletic character. This is better proportion than the little noodle legs like they used to do a lot. Hinged ankles. Like I said, mine were very stiff when I got it, so I heated them up and they move freely, and you feel there's ratchets in those too. And ankle pivots. Let's pop on the other neutral head back on. Massive update to the old one. The other one put next to this looks awful. The other one's shorter, smaller, and very limited in articulation. The only thing the other one's got going for it is probably more anatomically correct sculpted upper torso. But everything else is terrible. Oh, popped her tail off. This original one, the hips go out. There's no thigh swivel, so you got to actually rotate the leg, then rotate the knee. It looks so bad. There's no ankle pivots, just a single hinge, and it rotates down there. So the arms are restricted, the head's restricted. The diaphragm joint doesn't. You can go forward and back a little bit, but it rotate. It doesn't have the dynamic range of the other one. It's like it is. This one's getting retired. No qualms about that one. That is getting retired. Let's do a quick size comparisons. Here we have her next to the Black Widow and Bucky Cap. I actually like the height. She's actually shorter than the Black Widow. I think a lot of the Marvel Legends female figures in the past have been too tall. Well, they were tiny for a while with like this one. Then they got to be too big. Now I think they're in between and they're just right on size. I like my figures to be in proper scale. Let's look at Black Widow and Bucky Cap are the same height. This one looks really good. Of course, this Bucky Cap, the head's a little small on that. But that's a good size. I like it a lot. I know I've said that a couple times already, but I'm very impressed with this figure. If you're on the fence about getting this one, I know she looks super orange. It's actually not that bad in person. In person, the camera makes it look a lot more orange than she actually is. There's no question she is orange, but she almost glows in like some of the pictures I've seen online. But with the sculpt, the detail, the new articulation, I'm actually looking forward to more female Marvel Legends now. It's like the articulation is on point with the male figures, and I love these diaphragm joints too. I actually would like to see more diaphragm joints like this. This moves well, sculpted well. It's hidden in the sculpt of the body really well. To me, this was a must get because I needed to replace this ugly Tigra, and plus she is hard to get. For years, she was very highly sought after, and now I'm willing to bet that she's getting purged. A lot of people are going to purge this one off because this one is just so good. But I wouldn't say no to another release of this one and a different paint scheme. We add a little more highlights. The orange is fine. I think if they did some like highlights to it, it would have really made it look more like the artwork like on the box and in the comics. But overall, I think she's a must get. I appreciate everybody taking the time to watch the video. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.